You exit the clean room to find yourself in the threshold of a vast underground chamber. If the abandoned facility you just fought through was purgatory, then now you stand at the gateway of hell. The heat emanating ahead hits you like a hammer. The smell of sulfur and ozone is enough to make your lunch want to find someplace to hide. Above the noise creates a whir of turbines, and you hear the deep rumble of something feral waking up. Something very, very big. You check your weapons and step into the vast chamber. By weapons, they mean my pea shooter. Smell of sulfur and ozone fill the cavernous chamber. Despite the whir of several high-output exhaust fans, the heat is tremendous. As you enter, you hear a loud click, followed by the squeal of audio feedback. Adrian Vauclair's voice booms over the loudspeakers. I don't know how you escaped the laboratory, but please stop. I must complete the virus infusion process. I must release her. Our future as a species depends on it. Turns out an etiquette academic was really important to the end of the game. Step away from that control panel. You're a lunatic. Don't do it, Vauclair. Don't go in history. You turned Berlin into a... I know you want to hate humanity, but murder and genocide ain't the way. Don't take the higher ground with me, Shadowrunner. How many people did you and your team butcher to get here? Dozens, easily. How... You cannot tell me that it's not okay to kill millions if you've already killed dozens. Then why? To avenge the deaths of your friends? To protect a cruise bazaar? The scale of your crimes does not protect you from the same judgment that you are attempting to pass upon me. I'm not trying to kill an entire city or genocide an entire species. Why are we all of a sudden assuming that I'm the worst one in this equation? I am attempting to save humanity from itself. The time for the discussion is over. I'm done debating you. He pauses, puzzled. Still, I must understand how you escaped the test lab. A thought comes to him, and his tired eyes glitter in triumph. It was her, wasn't it? Firewing. It must be. You made some sort of deal. She helped you escape and return. You helped her join her dragon body. Getting kind of paranoid, aren't you? What did she promise you? Gold, jewels, eternal life? She offered them to me as well, for decades. It doesn't matter now. The infusion process has begun. The dragon is waking up. Soon she will take flight, and you will not be able to witness that. Audrin, ensure that they don't. Who? So what, we got like 10 turns? And I don't even know what the goal here is. Like, there's a pump station here. Okay, first things first. Yeah, repair yourself, man. I still have you, somehow. I don't know how, but I still have you. Disengage safety protocol vent B. This is sequence lock. Disengage safety protocol. Emergency venting of the virus? Sure. Vent B is now unlocked for manual venting. The virus infusion will automatically reinitiate upon emergency venting. She doesn't have enough AP though. Ouch! That's a shitty stun. They're coming from behind! I don't know what that did. Yeah, that thing's still borked. Why does she have this thing around her? I don't know. Oh, because she's working on this. Why are they all dressed up like something out of Star... Like, at least a few of them look like they're dressed out of, like, Imperial troopers. See, that person looks like they're kind of like Imperials. Disengage vent A. Wait. Yeah, I don't know if this is actually accomplishing anything, or... Oh, there's matrix pump access. Oh, those two are mages. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. The hell is that dude? Uh-oh. New objective, defeat Audrin. What the heck was that? So we gotta... Like, what are my... Stop the fire infusion process before it completes. I don't know how to do that. Is that a second dude or is that the same dude? Alright, let's take Blaster 3. Killer 3, Medic, Shield, and probably Erosion? Why do they keep disappearing and reappearing in, like... That's white ice. What's this back here? That's a black ice. That's bad. And so if we go after the white sentry or the white ice? White ice, probably. Nah, probably not that yet. We'll stick with shield on him. Is he like Agent? And here we go again. Okay, so the things are stopped flowing? Good? I mean, I can't interact with that anymore. I can't interact with this anymore. I cannot tell how much health he has left. I mean, they're really focusing on the robot, but... And we're back. Sort of. And this will do... No, that's blaster. I want... Erosion? What does erosion do? 75 with an ongoing 25. Uh-oh. It's doing that thing again where it gets stuck. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, for some reason the Matrix thing seems really glitchy, where every now and then, just very rarely, it does this thing where it just freezes up. I guess that's very accurate for living inside of a computer, though, isn't it? There it goes. Yeah, no, taking out the frickin' ice is definitely going to be... Alright, we need to deal with Audrin. Did Audrin just heal? Wait, how'd it go up? I thought... Because of course it would spawn more. You don't know what you've done. Ow, stop that. Dang it, Agent Smith, stop. Yes, come closer. Right in the range of my blaster! Okay, I did not intend for me to also be in the blaster. Where did you come from? Right. Now we have the emergency override. Hey, we won. Sort of. We're still in the middle of the fight. So I don't know if that counts as winning. Wait. Oh, it's gone. Pretty sure I can just leave now. We did the override turn off thing with a key, right? Yeah, I don't know how much this accomplished, but... And we're gonna run in and ninja kick Agent Smith. Sort of. Doesn't she have a special ability to... Yeah. Wait, what? Tactical reload automatically reloads all weapons. But it didn't? I'd like one of these, please. Now you will face the wrath of... Okay, never mind. That's all that's left is this one that's over here chasing me. Well, apparently I can't see if I go right there. I have no idea. Come on, you. Yeah, I don't know what that is supposed to actually accomplish, because to me it doesn't look like it does anything. Aha, you've been tased! No, I run away. Yay! Once again, a transplant window separates you. Oh, sorry, that doesn't have the accent. Once again, a transplast window separates you from Adrian Vauclair. This time, his steadfast will is gone. He stands motionless, hands at his side, eyes dead, spent. The strength that has drove him, his steely resolve that couldn't be shaken by sickness or time or age, is gone. It's theirs now. The world. All theirs. You can still make a difference. I'm old, dying. My blood betrayed me long ago when I met the radiation of the SOX. The worms will continue their machinations, consolidate their power, exact their tribute. In humanity, we are no more than a treasure to them. Favored baubles to be collected, items to be traded, resources to be spent or hoarded. His eyes sweep across the carnage that was his life's work until they come to rest on the dragon. He grits his teeth. 42 years. 42 years, and we finally had our chance to make a difference, and you destroyed it. I gave everything I had, everything I loved. I'm sorry, Hermie. No! I wanted to shoot him. Dragon. 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 Okay, so here's the big final choice, I guess. Dragon Chamber Operations Control, Sequence Operation Control, Transfer Audrin A1. Panacea has been taken offline via an external override. Infusion process aborted. Dragon is not infectious. We can either lower the astral energy containment cell into the chamber, essentially give Firewing back her body so she becomes one thing again, and, cross our fingers that she is nice. Give Firewing over to Apex. Turn this whole project and the virus and everything over to Apex so Apex can perfect it. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea, especially given the fact that, I believe it's called blue-orange morality. It's just, Apex doesn't view things in terms of good and evil. Or, unlock the chamber's exit door. Or walk away. What does this one do? I don't know what the chamber's doing. Is that just us? We leave? What does walk away? Okay, walk away is actually just exit the prompt. So I guess exit door is just say, screw it. Leave Firewing out. Don't give Apex nothing. Oh, what do we do? I'm so conflicted on this. I definitely don't want to give the control of the project over to Apex. That just seems like a recipe for a very bad idea. Very bad idea. walking away, because then you just abandon all of this here for anyone else to take over and find. And there's a lot of different forces that could get involved then. The last one is we actually let the dragon go, which strangely enough doesn't sound like the worst option. Like, I know she did all this bad stuff in the past, but I mean, she's also been trapped in a cage for like 40 years. I don't know. What do all of you think? Chat. Do you have any ideas about what we should do? Let the dragon go. Give the dragon to the AI. Okay, that one's on a flip table. Or we just walk away and just abandon all of this stuff here and just say, screw it. Because presumably, logically, without all of the containment and vessels and everything going on here, with all the things shut down, the dragon should die. Right? I guess that's another we hope type of situation. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We made a terrible decision by trusting the AI and letting it free. How do you fix a bad decision? That's right. We make a worse one. We're going to let the dragon go. Oh, we could set the facility to self-destruct. Never mind. This is a better idea. Hit the. This process will lock down all further terminal access. Are you sure you wish to proceed? Y or N. So we're just going to blow the place. Screw it. We're not going to trust the dragon. We're not going to. Just going to blow this whole... That was my big concern, was just leaving it all here and hoping that anything happened. If we could blow it all up, yeah, we're doing that. As you are about to tap your fingers on the key, you feel a hand clasp your shoulder. Hang on. They'd leave Firewing, both the dragon and the woman, to burn to death. Is that what you really want? I don't know. Do you guys think we should let the dragon go? You know what? Yeah, no, we're gonna let the dragon go. We already committed. We're just gonna make a worse decision. The gaunt woman stares, eyes pressed one hand against the wall of the glass prison, closes her eyes and her mouth one word. Please. The console next to the containment cell provides a variety of functions related to the cell's operation, including life support systems. Next to it is a small intercom button. Activate the intercom. A green light lights up, and the gaunt woman flinches at it, startled. Then understanding appears on her face as she begins to speak, her eyes flashing from her dragon body and then back to you and back again. Close now, close, so close. The dwarf has done what it has done. The longest flight nears its end. She is so close, so very close now. She stops stunningly, her eyes take in the devices and the surrounding and invading the dragon's body. The tubes of viscous yellow liquid running into it, the monitors flashing their status. Recognition and horror explode onto her face as she screams a loud, mournful wail. Vauclair, no! No! I am defiled. I am defiled. Her face contorts in a mask of fury and her mouth wide, wider than should be possible. Her neck cranes forward and her head swings from side to side as she hisses and rages. She slathers her spittle against the glass as you speak. Despoiler! Pithant! Vermin! Pig dog! He dares touch my sacred me! Shall rend him, flay him, burn him, burn him, burn him. Ash! Nothing but ash. She stands there, panting for a moment, spent. Then her eyes focus, ice over. It will be slow, Vauclair. I will be making it slow. Delicious. Vauclair's dead. The gaunt woman breathes a ragged breath, releases it slowly. When she speaks again, her voice is flat. Will you release me now, dwarf? Make me whole again? Oh. I'm not sure that's a good idea. It is. Yes, it is. It is. Honor our agreement, small one. What must I do, kind dwarf? Tell me, and it's yours. You can answer some questions. You dare? No, ask. Ask your questions, little dwarf, so I be done here. The long sleep awaits. The long flight will finally end. Why did you kill all those people? Covers his mouth, a look of horror in her eyes. You did do it, right? You burned thousands of people to death? She nods, yes. Burned, yes. Also cold, woke to the cold, the grey. Where is the green, dwarf? Where is the green? What is the green? The mother, lost. What they have done, little dwarf, what have they done? So I believe, if I recall, this is something tied into a larger aspect of the original Shadowrun setting. There was also, because Shadowrun takes place in the 6th world, right? So, but there was also one that took place in the 4th world, I think, called Earth Dawn, where they tapped into this idea of the fact of like the ancient magic of the earth, and I think the green was part of that originally. So there was this whole lore where you had like two different D&D. Imagine if there was a D&D setting and then there was another D&D setting set like 5,000 years in the future with a completely different rule set that's like all sci-fi. Imagine Pathfinder and Starfinder. And that's essentially what this is. How do I know you won't hurt anyone else? Swear it. Firewing will swear it. How do I know you'll keep your promise? She searches the ground for the answer, finds nothing there. You must trust. Trust a dragon? Well, friendship is magic, something. Swear, yes, swear. Swear to not hurt man nor beast, nor tree nor crop nor building. Firewing will fly to the long sleep until the next stage of the world, for the forever task, the shelter, the shield, the shepherd. The forever task? Sacred, it is sacred, the forever task. Now let me go and release me. The forever task is to protect something sacred? The gaunt woman stops her pacing and her eyes slowly rise to meet yours, lucid, unblurred by time or torture or separation. She speaks, her voice is flat. I am the shelter. I am the shield. I am the shepherd. And I have failed. Failed the green. So the forever task is to protect the green. What is the green? She swallows hard. The sacred she. The Gaia she. The desecrated body. I smelled it long ago, on my first flight when I awoke. The stink of it choked me and I retched. Then I saw, as far as I could see, far to the horizon, human stone and metal, glass and flickering light, sprawled across the land, slicing into the sky, lording over the green, smothering the whole of the world. All gone. The cold is won, the world is metal. Firewing is lost. You're not lost. You could start again. This is the eternal task, yes. To sleep the long sleep, begin again in the next stage of the world. She wraps her arms around herself, quietly shivering. Lost. Firewing is lost. There will be no slumber. The world is dead now. Firewing is dead. Will you finish it, little dwarf? Will you end Firewing? So I can engage the emergency protocol and kill her. And I can be mean about it. I can be merciful about it. Apex goals are more important. You belong to it now. No, Firewing. A forever task requires patience and faith. The next world could be better. I have been ripped from my body, little dwarf, imprisoned in this girl, imprisoned in this cage, tortured. For longer than the span of your entire lifetime, I have been defiled. The green is defiled. There is no forever for me. Forever is dead. I do not want to sleep the long sleep. I want oblivion. End me. The green needs you. You are her shelter, shield, and shepherd. Don't abandon her. I cannot abandon what does not exist. The green is gone. The cold is won. The cold hasn't won. Don't forget the elves. They still tend the green. The elves? Yes. Look at Tir Nanog, Tir Tarangir, elven cities devoted to the green, keeping it safe. They would build walls around it as before. The green still lives. It lives. You tell me. Speaks as if to herself. While the green still lives, the task remains until the last world ends. The vessel holding the dragon lifts her face to the sky, and she cannot see. Perhaps it is not too late. Sleep. Sleep would bring healing. My nest. Her fragile form trembles, but she steadies herself. When she speaks again, her voice is calm, at peace. If you release me, little dwarf, I will sleep the long sleep. I will begin in the next age of the world. Yep. Friendship is magic. I'm sticking to it. This could be the worst decision I've ever made. But that's going to be hard to do, considering what I did with Apex. She drops to her knees, her face full of a series of emotions, surprise, relief, appreciation, finally peace. Then the light in her eyes exits and she falls to the floor of the tiny cell, her body lifeless and limp. For a long moment, nothing happens. Then, without warning, the entire chamber fills with blinding light. You can see nothing. All goes eerily quiet. And then somewhere, just at the edge of your hearing, you think you can hear or recognize the faint whispering of voices. They sound sad and far away. Just as you think they might discern the voices, there is a massive crash and the chamber begins to shake. You stagger for several moments, blinded and trying to recover. Bye, dragon! Your senses return in time to see the faint form of a dragon disappearing in the distance. Then Firewing is gone. We just released a great dragon. An insane great dragon? She has a point, Lady Jaxie. What Vauclair did to Firewing was wrong, but I don't know if it justifies setting her free. Lord knows what she would do now. I'm not sure I would have made the same call. What's done is done. There's nothing else for here. Let's go back to the cruise bazaar. How are you guys more down on me about the dragon letting go thing than the AI thing? Just as you step out of the van, climbing down the tunnel back to the safe house, just hours ago you saved Berlin from fire and ash. Would be the sacrifice of Dr. Adrian Vauclair. It feels strange now returning in secret, in silence. The other residents of the cruise bazaar go about their business, unaware that almost what happened tonight. It's finally over. You're in your team, your keys, safe once again. I like how it still has me run back. Team is waiting when you walk in. Their faces are haggard, their shoulders slumped. What was the point of all this, Lady Jaxie? We lost Paul, lost Monica, the cruise bazaar, so many people dead. It was supposed to be a simple job, remember? Milk run. Get to the estate, snatch some data, get home in time for worm talk on the trade. I think we've had enough worm talk for one lifetime. You have got that right. If I ever talk to another dragon again, it will be too soon. This whole thing has been a nightmare from the beginning. The idea of dragons taking over the world, the thought of them slowly hoarding everything, it's too big to think about. We're street level. We run the shadows. That's it. Worrying about these sorts of things is beyond our pay grade. That is what they want. That is what they need. The corpse, the dragons, the politician, everyone. They want us to think we can't make a difference. They'll put in effort, a lot of effort, into making us feel small, insignificant. But we're not. We had power in our hands today. We had a choice, and we made it. And because of that, the world is different. For good or for ill? Oh, definitely ill. It's definitely ill. I don't think we can possibly say it's not. That's right. For good or for ill. We can't see the future, but I don't know if anybody can. But the world is different now, and we're the ones who changed it. So, did we win? You don't win in this business, you survive. That's all a runner can hope for, all you can expect. You watch them take this in, Iger nodding in agreement, Glory staring ahead, lost in thought, Dietrich frowning, eyeing the floor. Flowning? That feels like it should be a word, if anything. Flowning should be a word. Blitz fiddled with his deck and pretending not to understand. Iger breaks the silence. So what now? Monica's gone. Paul's gone. Do we keep running together, or is this the end of the road? I'm out. Glory's face is plastered. I have some business to take care of. The personal, violent kind. Don't know when I'll be back. We'll be here, Glory. If you need a spot on a team, you can always have yeah. There's always a spot for you on my team. Understood. See you. Miss you, love. Be safe. Well, I'm in. Getting kind of old for a Shadowrunner, but I'd rather die in the shadows than you people than live. I don't know. I thought I had something going there. Whatever. Point is, I'm in. That was beautiful, man. So, Half-Lady Jaxie, you gonna stick around the Cruise Bazaar and keep running the shadows with me? You've done a hell of a job. I'd happily follow your lead. I've never run with a team this good. I'd be stupid to give it up. Right there with you, Half-Lady Jaxie. What about you? Iger looks around. Realizes she forgot Blitz. Don't we all? Didn't we all? What about you, Blitz? Oh, yeah, I'm definitely in, totally. Insane dragons, assholes with enormous machine guns, devil dogs that hump your leg when no one's looking. This is the place for me, no doubt about it. How could I say no? Who needs a team of seasoned Shadowrunners when we've got Blitz? That's exactly what I was thinking. How'd you know? Iger snorts a laugh and then back to her business. That is the first time I've seen her laugh. Before I forget, the Turkish coffee guy sent one of his street rats over before they got here. Said they want to talk to you about something. Thanks. I'm going to see what's going on in the Cruise Bazaar. Stop by coffee shop on the way. Jeez. You know, we saved the world. Still have to go do the coffee. Altug, my boy! Have I any proposals that we may speak again, O Master of Mayhem? I have a proposal for you that would prove lucrative for us both, Effendim. Most lucrative. Fortune will surely smile upon our blessed partnership if only you will accept. Oh, well, I am listening, O Master of Hyperbole. With the passing of Amzel, may God bestow mercy upon him, you find yourself without a fixer. I wish to offer my services to you in this regard. You will find that Altug Burukgazi to be the most connected and business-savvy partner. Sounds like a match made in heaven. Altug's never steered us wrong. Come on. I already have found a potential client, O Blessed One. A most prosperous one with deep pockets. He is eager to meet you. When you are ready, take the U-Bahn to Bradenberger Tor. He will find you there. Bradenberger Tor. Sure, as soon as I finish up, I'll go meet him. Your PDA buzzes. An all-too-familiar face appears on the screen. She's frowning, a look of incredible sorrow in her eyes. Oh, Ace, you've made a terrible, terrible mistake. Nothing should have the kind of power you were asking for. I had to do what I did. No, Ace, you didn't. You chose to do what you did, just as you chose to free me. Not afraid of you. Whoa, whoa, well, I am now. What the hell? The Monica's image twists and contorts and stretch. Her mouth twists up into a rictus grin. You really, really should. The comm cuts off. The PDA screen goes black. I'm sorry, what the heck was that? So we're gonna ride the train. We're going to Sector 5. The train car is empty except for you and the man in the immaculately tailored Italian suit. You notice him watching you several minutes before the train rumbles its way towards Bradenberg Tor. Finally, he speaks. The stranger's words come out slow in a deep, melodious tone that's easy to hear despite the noise of the train. He takes his time, accentuating every word, relishing each vowel and each consonant, tasting them as if they were a delicacy. Hello. I assume that the business with Dr. Vauclair is concluded. Yes? Do I know you? No. But you are about to. The man inclines his head slightly in introduction. Hans Brockhaus. I represent a interested party, someone who wishes to know about your encounter with Dr. Vauclair. Does this interested party understand that information is a commodity? My employer also wishes to hear about Lady Firewing, a fascinating creature, so unlike her brothers and sisters. It is a relief that she is now free. Dragons are not meant for captivity. The Lady Firewing least of all. She was special in this world. I'm sure you would agree. Dragons are no different from anyone else. That ain't true. There are those who take and those who are taken. Dragon is just another taker. Just another taker. Interesting. Consider dragons take. That is undeniable. But they cannot just be considered just another taker, as you put it. They are the ultimate takers. It is their reason for existence. The great dragons are very old, and very powerful, and very, very cunning. A cunning unknowable to you. You look at a moth and barely perceive sentience. You glance its way, amused as it flutters towards a bright light in a vain attempt to... What? To enter? To draw strength? To burn? It does not know. Its epic struggle is barely 1/100th of your lifespan. The sum of its total existence is nothing against the vast scale of your struggles, your hopes, your dreams, which it could not fathom in 1,000 years. Poor moth. You will live and die between the beats of a dragon's heart, my friend. What hope do you have of understanding them? See, no kidding, insane dragons are even harder to understand. Firewing massacred thousands, and a stranger in a train calls her fascinating. Yeah, there's a tip in the fact that he finds her fascinating. I understand enough that Firewing was a great dragon and she was insane. I don't need to. I have enough troubles of my own to care about what a great dragon thinks. That's the one. Of course, your myopia is by design. And just as one drops a frog into cold water, slowly turning up the heat to veil its impending doom, meta-humanity has slowly allowed itself to be enslaved by the megacorporations. And now, the megacorporations are slowly becoming enslaved by the great dragons. But not the Lady Firewing. Not her. My Lady Firewing was a nurturer, a caregiver, rare among her kind. Where her brothers and sisters saw the world as a prize to be won, she saw it as a garden to be tended. Can you imagine? For world upon world, the great dragon Firewing brought wisdom and succor to countless souls, and she was loved for it, exalted, a goddess. When she awoke from her long slumber in 2012 and saw what the world had become, what meta-humanity had done to the garden she had tended for great ages, she struck with rage, regret, frustration, and anguish of a mother whose children had played with fire and burned the house down, killing themselves in the blaze. She unleashed fire and death through her tears. And now she is free again, and insane. The perfect addition to the sixth world. Time to cut to the chase, friend. Who are you, and what do you want from me? The representative of a potential client. A very influential client. And one who pays extraordinarily well. And he is someone who demands a modicum of respect. Now listen. I tell you of this so you have context, perspective, before I ask you this next question, Shadowrunner. If Dr. Vauclair's weapon had not required dragon fire, if it had been capable of destroying every dragon on Earth without even touching a hair on humanity's head, would you have used it? I'll be honest, wasn't comfortable with the whole idea. Dragons, bad, potentially, yes, totally. But the fact that they work in such fathoms of time that it's impossible to comprehend what they're doing, maybe it's for the best, maybe it's for the worst. I can't tell you. I can't operate on that scale of time. What I can tell you is that I don't like genocide. Yeah, no, wiping out an entire species is wrong. Monochromatic thinking. But I appreciate a career criminal's attempt at morality. Of course, you feel that wiping out a species is wrong. The feeling is subtle but ingrained defense mechanism that should be cherished. One day it may be meta-humanity poised for extermination. Well, On to the business at hand. My employer wishes to secure your team's services for a series of operations that will likely require the remainder of 2054. I don't know, after Green Winters, I'd like to have a better idea of who I'm working for these days. Of course. And you have dealt with several false flag contracts as well recently, yes? It's an awful thing to be manipulated, I'm sure. There will be no secrets between us. Your employer will be the Great Dragon Lofwyr. He is sometimes referred to as the Golden Worm. Perhaps you have heard of him? What makes you think I'm going to make a deal with a dragon? Because you already have been working for him for some time now, Mynheer. Or did you think Green Winters found out about the Harfield Manor on his own? Well, that puts a spin on things, doesn't it? The rattle of the wheel begins on track and shimmying screech. Gradually, the train begins to slow. He glances up at the U-Bahn map at the wall and smiles. Ah, this is my stop. Coming? I like how there's 4 options to say no, only 1 to say yes. No, I'm not a dragon's pawn. I'd rather floss my teeth with monowire, maybe in the 7th world, Hans. For the record, I have my sneaky suspicion, given all the descriptions and how he talks and everything, that if we get off at the stop and to meet this mysterious employer, it's going to be revealed that Hans here is Lofwyr in a human disguise. Well, you know what? Sure, at least he's being upfront with us. The train comes to a halt, and the doors open. Brockhouse stands, brushes off an Italian suit, and exits without a word. As you turn to follow, your eye catches an advertisement for Worm Talk at the subway car door. Brockhouse glances back at you from the platform, the light from the car reflecting yellow in his gaze. You step out of the subway car to follow him to the stairs right up to the Berlin night, into the shadows. What is this? Berlin Newsfax contains just one report of a shootout in an abandoned holdfast in the countryside of East Berlin. The identity of the combatants remain unknown, though several rival political factions are suspected. The location is soon cordoned off in unidentified corporate forces. This news is eclipsed when Sater Krupp announces that its acquisition of Arianespace, the last remaining arm of the European space program. The Flux State's anarchist rule remains until 2055, when joint corporate forces, acting with the support of the German government, invade the city. It's widely known that the Great Dragon Lofwyr is responsible for orchestrating this action. After weeks of fighting, the surviving anarchists are forced to retreat to the eastern part of the city. A truce is signed in 2060, and Berlin is again divided by a wall. Ew. The Great Dragon Dunkelzahn is elected president of the United Canadian and American States in 2057. He is promptly assassinated as he leaves the inauguration party at the Watergate Hotel while in human form. Popular opinion is that another great dragon is responsible, and only a dragon can kill a dragon, but those in the shadows hint to the fact that powerful blood magic is the cause. Why is this here? Like, this is unrelated to anything else going on. Grainy photography of a large winged creature crossing the moon above the Harz Mountains circulates in Germany for several years. Conspiracy theorists take this as evidence that a new great dragon has emerged. But with no further sightings are reported, interest wanes. The name of Dr. Adrian Vauclair has been since lost to the shadows. And that is Shadowrun Dragonfall. Whew! Took a little bit longer than I did, but we got it done tonight. We did get it done tonight. I'm kind of curious, like, how many other things. I know there were a couple things we missed in the playthrough. I know that there was a mission specifically for Iger, and I know there was a mission specifically for Glory. I don't know what they entail or how to unlock them, but I know they exist. I do like the moral ambiguity of the story towards the end. Like, it's a very good Shadowrun story where it starts off with you thinking you've got a handle on how the things go, but then you find out that there are schemes within schemes within schemes, and those schemes are not the schemes you thought they were, but they're different schemes. But then the moral ambiguity and, like, the multiple options, like, do you deal with the AI? Do you let it free, set it free? Which normally I would not have done. And a second playthrough, I probably wouldn't. Especially given the fact that, you know, what we kind of learned and everything like that. But it was a combination of the fact that, man, I don't think we would have made it through that final mission without our heavy-duty Panzer drone. Seriously, that thing was essentially saved our butts. But yeah, the moral ambiguity of it all. You guys tell me, what would you have done differently? I'm really kind of curious. What would you have done differently in your playthrough? Would you have freed the AI, knowing what it was and what it was capable of, and even in exchange for its very lucrative help? What would you have done with Firewing? Would you have killed her? Would you have handed her over to Apex? Let her perfect it. Maybe you have the thought that, you know, maybe Vauclair was onto something, that we need to wipe out the great dragons. And you know, maybe Apex is the one to perfect it. I don't really know. It's interesting, though, when you think about it. I'm not sure what I would do personally. I mean, I did what I did. And I have no regrets there. But at the same time, you have to wonder. Wonder why they did a special thanks to Double Fine Productions. But no, this was definitely a really good experience. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot more than my playthrough, at least of the first game, which I didn't stream or anything, but honestly, like, the plot was fairly predictable. The gameplay wasn't nearly as interesting. There weren't many as choices or options or things like that as far as I came across. But overall, this was definitely... I'm kind of curious what Hong Kong is like, too, because that's the kind of cool thing about these, is they did them in different locations that are, like, pretty much all basic Shadowrun stuff is set in Seattle. Now, in some of the older books, they did location books that would explore different things. There was a Germany book, which is what may have inspired this. I don't know. I never got a copy of that one, so I never really got a chance to read it or anything like that. I do have the Denver one. I do have the California one, which are both very interesting situations. But I don't know anything about Shadowrun in, like, the East Asia region, like Asia at all, really. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't, quite honestly, like, I know the corpse that have come from, like, Japan and Korea and stuff like that, but as to what the situation in life there is like, I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to see. So yeah, that was Shadowrun Dragonfall.